Today we're going to discuss what to do when you encounter external resistance. Jerry and I have just come back from 2 months of not shooting any self-awareness one-on-one videos because we wanted to get your feedback. We wanted to release 3 months worth of videos that we've shot and hear from you what really impacted you, what led you to deeper questions, what you wanted to hear from us. So the next few weeks, we're going to be sharing with you videos that we've created in direct response to the emails and the comments that we've received from you. Tonight, this one got so much feedback that we're actually going to be breaking it into 2 episodes because we believe it's important because so many of you asked questions about it. The first part that you're going to get this evening is, what do you do when you run into external resistance as you embark on this journey of self-awareness? And then the follow-up that we're going to release next week is how to create a support system to help you move forward in this journey. Now let's talk first about the resistance that many of you, probably 99.9% of you, are going to run into. I don't want to sugarcoat things here. Change is not easy. First and foremost, dealing with your internal resistance to making change. It takes a very strong person to even commit to making changes in their life, whether it's losing weight, whether it's quitting smoking, whether it's improving your relationship, changing your financial position. Most of our society lives a life of quiet desperation because they're not willing to look inside, to take the steps that they need to take, to face the fears that they need to face, to move forward. So you've already made a great step in even committing to that journey. Now, the challenge that a lot of you have emailed us about is you're committed, you're making the changes, and now you're running into external resistance. The people around you, the people that you thought would be cheering you on and supporting you in this journey, are actually trying to sabotage you at some points, or at least they're not being supportive. I know for me, this showed up when I decided to quit drinking. Those of you who have been watching our series know that the beginning of my journey of self-development, self-awareness, came because I had basically destroyed my life through drugs and alcohol. So for me, making a change was a matter of survival. Now, I was lucky in the fact that I had pretty much ruined every relationship in my life. So I didn't have a whole lot of external resistance from my family. But I did encounter it from the people that I would hang out with and that I would drink with. I would come into a club and they go, "Hey, we'll have a drink." I'm like, "No, I don't drink anymore." I'm like, "Oh, come on, you're fine. You can have one." They were well-meaning, but they were trying to get me to go back into a habit that they were used to. I didn't have to deal with what a lot of people deal with. As I was on that journey, people would come to me in tears because they were really doing everything they could to, 1, stay sober, but 2, to become a better person, to integrate themselves back into their family lives, to be responsible. And as they did, some of the people closest to them would say, "You know what? I liked you better when you were drinking." And it made no sense to them. It beyond made no sense. It hurt them deeply. And we looked at it and we discussed it and we explored why. And the thing is, when you make change, you not only affect yourself, you affect the people around you. As an example, with someone who's quitting drinking, taking it to that experience, you start asking people to trust you again because you're going to be a responsible adult. You're going to pick the kids up from school. You're going to pay the bills rather than take it and gamble with it or do whatever. These people have been conditioned to however many years that you've been drinking and using, don't have the trust that you want so willingly. And you shake their world because now they have to adjust. They've gotten used to life operating a very specific way because that's the way that you operate. And when you make those changes, they become scared. The easiest thing for them to do is to get you to go back to what they can control, what they can understand. Now, for others, it may not be that drastic. You may be looking to just improve yourself. You may be looking to gain weight or get in better shape or quit drinking or change your diet, but you're still finding people resisting. Why is that? Sometimes it's because you're forcing them outside of their comfort zone. If you can lose weight, if you can improve your relationship, if you can quit smoking, they don't have an excuse anymore for the things that they're avoiding. Sometimes it's more dramatic. As you embark on this journey of self-awareness, you're going to be evaluating your belief systems about things. You're going to be evaluating your belief systems about yourself, about other people, about the things that are important to you. You're going to be evaluating what your values are. And the people who are close to you oftentimes are also going to get very scared by that because you're friends with them because you have the same beliefs, the same values, the same interests. And they're going to be scared of losing you. A lot of times, very well-meaning people think they know what's best for you and try and pull you back to where they're comfortable with you at. Now, I want to ask you to take a look at something. There's a couple of points of an exercise that we're going to offer you to help deal with this external resistance. And one of the first things in that exercise is I want you to get very clear on why you chose to embark on this journey. For most people, it's because there's an area of life, something that's been going on that's been causing them so much pain. They said, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a different way. That's where the majority of people step up and apply themselves in making change and becoming more self-aware. There is a percentage, and you may be one of those, who just decides that you want to become enlightened and it's something that pulls you towards it. But most of us, we enter this path because we're in a lot of pain. And the reason I want you to get clear on this is because you are going to encounter resistance. I'm 99.9% sure that you're going to get that external resistance. It's part of the process. You need to be clear on why you started on this path. For me, it was a case of survival. You know, the people that I mentioned that I would walk into the club and they go, hey, Will, here, have a beer. I couldn't. And for me, I actually had to end some of those relationships. Now, I'm not suggesting that for you. What I'm suggesting for you as a second part of this assignment is when you come into that resistance from people, first thing you're going to need to do is have that certainty of why you chose this path. Because the next thing that I'm going to suggest to you is that you establish boundaries with these people, meaning that the first time that you talk to them about your new diet or your new personal development journey, they're possibly going to joke with you. They're probably going to kid with you. Some people are going to be downright cruel and go, are you stupid? What'd you do? Did you join a cult? Talk with them and say, hey, look, you know what? I understand you're not into this, but it's something that's important to me. Please support me. And if they don't respect that boundary, you can get to the next point of saying, okay, here's the boundary on this. We don't agree on this. I love you as a friend, but when it comes to this subject, we're just not going to talk about it. And that works in a lot of cases. Sometimes you actually have to go to an extreme. For me, that extreme was actually ending some friendships. Again, referring back to the people in the clubs. You know, when I came in, they wanted me to drink. They told me I didn't have a problem. And for some of them, that was because if they admitted I had a problem, they had to take a good look at what was going on in their life too, and they didn't want to do it. The journey of self-awareness, to many people around you, they'll tell you you're selfish. You know, what are you doing? Trying to change this, do that, do the other. And there is a big part of this journey that is selfish. You've got to take care of you before you can ever take care of somebody else. You've got to be certain of who you are before you can help somebody else. As you become more self-aware, as you make the commitment to focus on growing in that area, you then become selfless. You become the example that other people can step up and follow. Because you are going to inspire people as you grow. That's another thing that I can tell you that I'm 99.9% positive of. You are going to inspire others to make their changes. Jerry's giving me the signal. I'm running out of time. We are going to have another episode that goes more on this. I look forward to seeing you again soon and look forward to your comments. Take care.